do a report of it. Hooray. How is everybody doing today? Good?
Good.
Awesome.
Very good.
Awesome. So I'm so happy you guys came to the first ever, wait, this way, Crafter Spotlight event. Da, 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 da. Right? While we wait for some people to come back, jump on, because we're still waiting for a bunch of people, I am going to very briefly talk about myself.
Okay.
And then once that's done, I will start having all of the artists and makers and everybody that came on start talking about themselves and what they can do and that sort of thing. So for anyone that's new, that doesn't know me already, my name is Patricia Dunn. I'm the founder of Crafter. And pretty much my background is when I became a stay-at-home mom after working, I really wanted to start a company that could connect artists with people that were looking for commissioned artwork in a very, very streamlined, easy way, right? So that way people weren't intimidated by the process and artists could get jobs that were commissioned easier. A lot of times when I was trying to sell work myself, I found that a lot of the platforms that are available right now have ginormous fees, or there's a lot of negatives. Yeah, Sam. There's just a lot of money that you can spend just being on a platform. So I wanted there to be a less expensive option for people to use. Plus, quite honestly, it's just nice to be able to jump on and be like, oh, I like them. I know they'll take commission, so I'm going to go ahead and use that person. So anyway, I created Crafter, and yeah. And so now we're starting to grow this membership, and we've had a ton of commissions already go through the site, which makes me so happy to see. And I can't wait to grow the membership and grow the community and all that fun stuff. So without further ado, who do we have first here? I think we're still waiting on Mar. So we'll just ask if maybe Jennifer can go first. Jennifer, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Can
Awesome.
you see me okay and everything?
Yes, I'm going to pin you. Where are we here?
Okay.
Let me see. So you don't need to see me. All right. Can everyone see Jennifer okay?
Yep.
So the way this is going to work is if you have any questions for Jennifer while she's talking, put them in the chat, and then I'll be helping with that as best I can, and then she can answer them at the end. So Jennifer, don't worry about the chat until you're done.
Okay.
We'll worry about that at the end. All right. I'm gonna. All right, floor is yours.
All right. So you just want me to talk a little bit about myself and my work pretty much?
Yeah. So just let people know what you can commission for them and what kind of work you do and things like that, or a little about yourself, kind of like we did on the interviews on Instagram.
Okay, well, my name's Jennifer, but I go by Brackett, which is actually my maiden name. So yeah, I've been an artist for about 20 years now. I studied at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago and then studied abroad at the Slade School of Fine Art a long time ago. But yeah, I'm currently a working artist. I'm doing freelance right now, and for like graphic design and fine art and things like that. And basically, yeah, I just keep at it. I've been painting a lot recently and just working on commissions. And so that's been very good. I got 2 commissions through the site, so that was awesome. But yeah, I do kind of like rockabilly horror art, if that it's kind of like a mixture of both of those worlds pretty much. I guess I can show you some work. This painting over here, I hope you can see it okay. This painting actually has a large story to it. It actually was a painting that brought my husband and I together. He came into the gallery and he saw that painting and he fell in love with it. And it, yeah, it ended up bringing us together because people said that he looked like the painting. So it's kind of a cute story. But yeah, my gallery is under construction right now. So I'll just show you a little bit of it. Yeah, so this is my little corner of my gallery. This is a painting called Wretch that I did, zombie head. Hope you can see it okay. This is a Sid Vicious portrait that I did back in college. Kind of cut him up and painted him there. And then these are a couple other small pieces. that I did. This one is one of my favorites, called Lame Brain. So yeah, there's another one that I believe you said that you like, Patricia, this one. With the two zombies. I'm hoping that you're seeing everything okay. Wait, let me bring it down more. This one, yeah, I did a while back, called Caught Up in Love. So yeah, pretty much. I hope you could see everything that I was showing you. But yeah, I've just, like I said, I've just been doing this for 20 years. I love it, even though it's hard to be an artist. There's a lot of ups and downs, definitely. I'm sure you guys all can relate to that. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, I like to do monsters, zombies that you can commission me for. Kind of like I said, horror, leaning towards horror work. And I've done like portraits of It from, It the Clown, and Ash from Evil Dead, and things like that. I do mostly portrait work and figurative work. That's what I really lean towards. That's what I really love. So yeah, enough about me.
That's awesome. So we have a couple questions for you already.
Okay.
We have, do you have a preferred medium like watercolor versus acrylic, which I believe you like acrylic, but I don't want to speak for you.
Acrylic more, I think, but it's a hard choice because I do love working with a lot of watercolor as well. I love working with watercolor pencils, like Caran d'Ache pencils. I really love working with those.
Watercolor pencils? What are watercolor pencils?
Basically, you can draw with pencil and add water to it, and it's a really cool effect. So you can do a drawing and then just like add a little bit of water to the pencil. Or they come in crayons too.
That's awesome.
Add water to it, and it's really cool when you're working in water.
And then it also, they wrote, what's your dream piece for you to make? Love your vibe. That's cute.
Oh, thank you. Gosh, my dream piece. It probably would be some kind of large scale zombie, kind of like, rockabilly influenced, psychobilly influenced. Yeah, I'm actually wanting to get back more into my large scale art because I've been doing a lot of little work. So I really want to get back into spray painting, which is what I really love to do. Spray painting. And yeah, I would love to do a nice big piece of like maybe a zombie spray painted. I think that would be a lot of fun.
And then there's one more question for you from Chris. It says, what is a piece that you are most proud of?
Piece that I'm most proud of? Probably be my Ash piece. That is actually at a gallery right now in New York. And it was a show called Free Anna Delvey. I don't know if you guys are aware of Anna Delvey, who she is. There's actually a Netflix show about her right now. But the show, proceeds of the show were going to help her. She's in custody right now, about to possibly be deported. So proceeds of the show help her and everything. So yeah, my Ash piece that I did, which is basically Ash from Evil Dead screaming. I know it sounds scary. But yeah, I love that piece the most, and I hope it sells in New York.
That'd be amazing. I hope that does sell, because that's that show, and just correct me if I'm wrong, I apologize. That's the documentary about that woman who pretended to be a socialite, right? And she ripped a bunch of people off, and she just like waltzed in like, I have all this money and all the things, and she got caught. And yeah, it's a very interesting story, that's for sure. Yeah. Did you want to share anything else? Like, I know you've done a lot of zombie portraits for us. That was really fun. I know you did a tarot card painting for us. Trying to think of other examples. So yeah, if there's anything else you want to add, and then if not, then we'll just keep on keeping on.
Well, I hope you guys saw everything. Particularly those zombie heads that I was talking about. This GB's one right here. I really love them. I really love doing them. That's a lot of fun for me. So yeah, I'm passionate about kind of weird things, but I just, I love what I do. I'm hoping to do more of it, be a crafter, and let's see how it goes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Or I should call you Bracket. Do you want me to call you Bracket? Okay, I'll say that. I appreciate you so much.
Yes.
I think we have Mar next. Mar, are you here? You ready to rumble?
Yep, I had a lot of technical difficulties. Apparently, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, anything. I was clicking on buttons and nothing was happening, so I just had to
I hope other people aren't having that problem.
No, I think it was just my computer, not you or anything like that. So
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Right.
hi everyone, I'm Mar. I am the one with the beeswax candles. So I am the owner of Windborne Candles, and I've been handcrafting pure Wisconsin beeswax candles for over 2 years now. I've been with Crafter since the beginning. So I love being part of it, and I love Patricia's energy and just how amazing she is in creating the space for us, the artists, and how much she, markets us and shares us and our work. So it's absolutely amazing. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Maureen. Thank you. So thank you. I do have a few candles that I can show off, but you can stop me at any moment and ask me anything you'd like. But basically what I do is I take pure Wisconsin beeswax. I filter it down to 1 micron, so it's super, super clean, which means the candles burn super clean and they burn for a long time. So even like little tiny ones burn for a ridiculous amount of time. Like I have this little candle that's about like yay big, and that burns.
Mara, I muted you. Sorry by accident. Can you?
I did. You did.
There you go. I'm sorry. I clicked on the wrong person. My mistake. Go ahead.
So sure I can. So basically what happens is that I take blocks that I get from other beeswax maker or beekeeper rather. I do have my own hives, but I don't have enough to support what I do at this point. So I had to reach out to a different candle maker who's in Wisconsin. Beekeeper who's also in Wisconsin. So I get my beeswax in these large blocks that I'll melt, and I filter it once through either like maple, like a maple syrup filter, or that's really the best. You can, like, if you're doing it at home, you can do a coffee filter or a double ply paper towel. So that's my first filtering, and the second filtering is done through commercial 1 micron filter. This very, very thick material that you don't think that anything will get through, like this is going to be it, but wet, beeswax pours right through. So what I get is just liquid gold. There's nothing else in it. It's just so clear and so pure. And then I then use it either to use molded candles, or dipped candles coming soon, or dipped luminaries. So I have some of those if you'd like to see. So I don't know, I'll just grab a few. I have a ton of different designs. There you go, there's one. So here's another one. So
I have my candle too. I couldn't help myself.
So I can basically put just about any design. So Patricia wanted one with the logo, so I figured out how to print it on this specific paper that was just so ridiculously difficult to figure out, that it took me like weeks of trying to go what do I do with it? What do I do? But I did it, and we got you your Crafter logo. For a second there, I was like, it ain't gonna happen, but it did happen. So I can put just about anything, and this is a dipped bowl. So there's nothing in it, it's just plain beeswax. And what you do is you can put either sand or rice or pebbles or something inside to protect the beeswax. And then you can use a little tea light or an LED light inside to kind of light it up, and it looks really cool all lit up. And again, I've had people order all kinds of, images on the front of it. Other than that, I do all kinds of different candles. So I have tapers and just regular colonial tapers. And then I have these, spiral tapers. I also have like tapered gift boxes. It's hard to tell. I'm in the not perfect lighting here.
They're beautiful.
I have, like all kinds of different molds, designs. So this is a little lighthouse, and these molds are so super detailed that I know you have one of these, but so this is the little elephant, and it's going to be hard to tell, but the back of it is absolutely beautiful. Like you can see all this detailing on it, and it's just so cool. So I have lots of different designs. Here's one from my Mother's Day collection. There's just so many different kinds, and it's kind of hard to stop because the second you start making something, people then will ask, hey, but can you also do this? I love dolphins or whatever. So then it's like now you're hunting different molds to find what what people are asking for. And this is my latest I'm still working on, so don't go rushing off to look for it on the website. I just poured it, so I have to test them. And I do test my candles just like over and over and over to make sure that the wicking is correct, that it burns smoothly and for the longest time possible. So I don't know, I just have a ton of different designs, and I'm always adding new ones. So, but if anyone has any other questions, I don't know, I wasn't paying attention to the chat. So
well, that's okay. Anybody that's presenting, you don't have to worry about the comments till the very end. I'll try to answer things as you go, so I don't want you to be worried about that. So as you answered, I believe it was Sam that asked about your filtering process. So you kind of went through that already. She said your packaging is gorgeous.
Thank you.
And it says, what was the trickiest part of learning how to do candle making?
It's really making sure that you have super clean wax. That's the most important thing. And then making sure that you have the correct wick. There are so many different wicks that you can choose from. But Beeswax prefers square braid. That's a type of a cotton, 100% cotton wicking.
Jennifer's on.
But then there are many different.
I don't know who these other people are. Well, there's Mo.
Look, someone's talking. Okay, there we go. And there's different sizes of the wick. So you have to just learn the patience that it takes to find the correct one by burning and testing. Sometimes it takes me like weeks or months. Beeswax is very difficult to wick correctly in a container. That's why I don't have any container candles. I've tried. Not that I'm giving up on it just yet, but Beeswax doesn't like being in a container. So that's kind of a hard thing. And I've been testing the Beeswax container candle for like a year now. So
well, you're not one to give up, so I know that you'll figure it out.
We'll see. I just like once in a while go, okay, I'll figure it out. And
yes.
Then, oh, it's still not the right wig. Forget it.
Yeah, you're a glutton for punishment. That's all that means.
Exactly. So I think the hardest part is just make sure that you have your wicking correct. But that takes just time and testing and patience. So just if you're patient enough, it'll happen.
We have one other question. It says, do the bowls need something in it to protect it before you put a tea light in it?
Yep. So it was like either the sand or the rice or the pebbles, something inside, just to create a bit of a barrier, just so that the tea light doesn't really get super hot on the outside, but it's still, you want to protect it just in case. So, but yeah, yep, just something a little bit.
All right. Is there anything else you want to share, add, or because you have your you have your spring line? You didn't talk about that.
I do. Yeah, I just launched it. So one of the spring candles is this new pillar over here. You know, I always hear whenever I'm at a vendor fair or something that my candles are way too pretty to burn, which I totally get. Lots of people tell me that. Thank you, Sam. So I say, you know, enjoy it for as long as you want, display it, whatever, and then burn it because it's a random Tuesday and you get to celebrate it because what are you waiting for, right? But right, there you go. But I heard the people, I heard them. So now there is, you know, there'll be a line of pillars like this one. And then the fern pillar, it's hard to see the detailing of it, but it's like, there's like just kind of a wilderness fern. And I have a ton, I did get a ton of pillar molds. So those will be coming too, because that's what I get asked for the most.
Awesome. And then Sam's asking, those are fiddle ferns, right? I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
So hopefully you do.
I'm seeing a lot of curling there. So yeah, I would say that that's correct.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, we thank you so much, Mar, for coming today and sharing all your beautiful candles, which I will always love. All right, who do we have next on the list here? We have, I think, Chris Bristol. Who else joined? Let me see. I don't think Amber's on quite yet. So let's jump. Diane, are you ready? We'll do Diane if she's available. I muted you though, Diane. Where are you? There you are. Let me unmute you.
Unmute.
There we go. All right.
All right. Okay. Yeah, so I'm here. I'm very jet lagged and I just had to call my husband to come down and fix my lighting because it was falling off the table. Yeah, so my name is Diane. I am an acrylic painter as well. I've narrowed it down to that. I've done watercolors and pen and ink and charcoal and pencil sketching and everything. And I'm just trying to focus just on acrylics right now. But with that, I couldn't narrow down my subjects. So I am doing, I do florals, landscapes, and abstracts. Abstracts are my favorite, but I'm in an area, oh, I forgot to say where I am. I'm in central Pennsylvania. Not a big market for abstract work here. So I tend to do the abstract work for myself, sometimes just as the background or the underpaintings of my landscapes or florals, or I try to combine them together. So I have an example of that, and I've been stretching my boundaries a little bit. I like to do landscape. I don't do plein air painting, but I take photographs or use other people's reference photos. And last month I did 2 larger paintings. I've been doing a lot of small stuff too, and of a place where we like to hike. So this is kind of where we live. I'm trying to get it in the camera and I don't know if I can. But I was painting that one landscape, and then at the same time trying to do an abstract version of it, which still sort of tended to come out being landscape-ish, but I did a lot of added materials and mixed media when I was working on that one. So I don't know what else.
Well, I wanted to jump in and I didn't because I was like, oh, you're going to interrupt. The first painting you showed, I absolutely love the reflection in the water. You did such a good job on that. It was just, I've never even, it's amazing what's possible is all I'm saying. You did a fantastic job. We do have some questions for you in the chat, so I'll just read those. Sam wants to know if you can talk about what an underpainting is and why it helps with a landscape painting.
Well, for me, the underpainting, and I know a lot of artists do like different versions of it. I don't use gesso on the canvases. I'll buy pre-gessoed canvas so it already has a coating on it. So then I always do a painting first just to get rid of that white canvas. And it just helps to build up the body of the paint. And and if I do use the brighter colors, or it'll show under, or darker colors will show underneath. And a lot of times I just don't know what I'm going to paint, and I have the canvases and the paints, so I just play and paint my canvases all until a picture comes out. So.
That's awesome. And then Chris asked, is there a particular kind of landscape that you love to paint?
Oh, trees, actually. Ever since I was a little kid, I always loved trees. So I do a lot of autumn paintings. When I do vendor shows, people always come up and go, oh, Bob Ross paintings. I'm like, well, not really, but yeah, I guess I grew up watching them. So, and my dad was an oil painter and painted very much like Bob Ross. So I picked up on a lot of that. But just when we go out hiking or driving, I see trees just always seem to speak to me. And I have way more reference photos than I'll ever be able to paint. So.
Okay. And then let me see if there's any more in the chat. Oh, let me go back down here. And then we also have another question that says, what pushed you into loving and being so wonderful at painting? That's sweet. Sam, you're
oh, wow. What pushed me? It'd be more like probably growing up with my dad being an artist, and I had a grandmother, great grandmother who was also an artist, and actually was told I couldn't go to school for art. I had to do something else, and I got to college and was pushed into doing like accounting. So I was pushed more the other way. I can't do anything with numbers. So not even a full semester in, I dropped that and changed my major, and I've been painting for 30 years now. So
see, they should have just embraced it in the beginning and just been like, this is what you want to do. That's awesome. Let me see real quick. So another question is, how long would a painting like that one that you displayed, one of the first two, take you to complete? And yeah,
it depends on, well, how motivated I am to do it. Probably working with these two together, I had tallied up a total of 40 hours. But I would work pretty consistently for like 2 or 3 hours at a time. So that was spread out over like a month. I have another large one that for some reason, I started painting one morning and I finished it that night. So it was like, I spent like 9 hours one day painting, and that was my quickest that I've ever done a large painting. So.
Yeah, that's knocking it out right there.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. Needless to say, I couldn't hold anything in my hand the next day.
Oh yeah.
So
and I don't know if you have good posture
now.
or not, but I feel like I'd be leaning over.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Is there anything else you want to share? Any other example? Anything like that?
I do have one of my abstract
oh yes, please do, because I know you want to do more abstract paintings, so that would be awesome to share that.
So all right, so this is one of those I was talking about where I was just playing, and I don't do like the fluid art or pouring painting. I do a lot of palette knife. This is hard to get, I don't know where the camera is, and this has got a lot of iridescence, so it's glowing. I'll do palette knife and the scraping and a lot of lifting off with different techniques. So I haven't tried my hand at pouring yet. I want to do that, but I haven't yet. I figure I make enough mess doing what I do.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate you coming tonight, Diane. Okay, so let me see who's next. Tina, are you up? Are you ready to rumble? Here, let me ask you here. Got to unmute. Hold on. Here we go.
Okay.
I got to mute myself now. Okay. All right, you're all set.
All right. Hi, my name is Tina. I am also an acrylic artist, and I am from rainy Washington. So currently, I paint just about anything. If you have a photo, I can paint it. I do a lot of pet portraits. I like to do fun pet portraits. So if you are a Star Wars fan or a Harry Potter fan, I can paint you a pet portrait. Currently, I am working on some cartoony portraits. So, and also fantasy type portraits. So I have some examples of those, like this little fairy with some horns, or we have a little girl wings. These are more fantasy. Here I tried to do a cartoon of myself. And everybody may know this person. Yes. So these are the type of portraits. These are the type of portraits that I'm kind of working on right now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But other than
That's
that, I really
amazing.
don't have a lot to show.
I'm like,
Yes. Other than that, I don't have a lot to show. Most of my stuff is out the door when I'm finished, so I don't keep it.
that's awesome.
So,
Do you
yeah.
have that beautiful owl that's behind you that I see?
Yes, I love to paint birds. That's one of my favorite things to do. Yeah,
That's awesome.
so I do.
So what's fun is you just, like you said, recently did a pet portrait for one of my friends. That's literally a Star Wars portrait with her dog in it and Chewbacca,
Yeah.
and it was amazing. If you guys haven't seen it, you'll have to check out her page. I'm linking every artist in the chat, so if you're interested in learning more about them, you can click on them and see their profiles. But oh my gosh, like it's just wonderful because all your artwork has all this fantasy and this happiness and just fun.
Yeah.
So it just really is awesome.
Yeah.
I can't believe the picture. I'm still like, that's awesome that you did.
Yes.
Thank you so much. That was really sweet. And so yeah, I don't even know like what to. So anyway, yeah, it's just you do wonderful work and I appreciate you so much. We have a question from Sam from you in the chat, so let me read that to you. It says, what got you into art making and what is your favorite nerdy fun thing to paint?
I have kind of been an artist my whole entire life. So I just became serious really when I turned 50. And I don't know, it's fun. It's a fun thing to do for a living. It's messy. It's never the same. And you get to be creative. So that's one of the reasons I'm enjoying it really a lot right now. My favorite nerdy thing that I painted was I did a collage of Harry Potter for a 13-year-old's room, and it was just really fun. He wanted everything. And so it was kind of like one of those collages you did when you were a kid with the newspaper article. That's what it kind of reminded me of. And he loved it. He's like 16 now. So.
That's a tall order to have all of the Harry Potter things. It's like, oh, where do you even start? Awesome though.
Yeah.
I'm sure they still love it. It's such a big fandom.
Yeah.
I have another question for you. It says, do you paint any video game inspired art?
I have actually, yes. Like I said, if you can have a picture of it, I can paint it.
Awesome.
And usually I can put a spin on it. If you don't like this or don't like that, then if you can think it, then I can usually paint it.
Chris, was there a specific video game you had in mind? I'll see if he answers me in the chat, if he's able to do that. Because I'm now curious. I'm just being nosy now.
Yeah.
Where are you, Chris? Where is he?
I think he said The Witcher earlier.
Oh, The Witcher. That's yes. So they have that whole
yeah.
Netflix series now on The Witcher. You want a Gerald painting?
That would be a fun one, actually. That would be a fun one.
That would be
kind
fun.
of dark. Yeah, yeah.
I put Tina's link in there, Chris. Sam wrote, who doesn't want a Gerald painting?
A Warhammer painting. And that's kind of, it's kind of out of my realm, but it's for my brother because he was just totally into that. And so I am working on that. And that's a big video game.
Yes. And actually, Chris corrected me. He goes, Siri, actually, which I should have known that, Chris, but I had to make a Gerald joke. I couldn't help myself. Awesome. And Mar also would like a painting too. Gerald. You're gonna get all the orders for just Gerald. You're like, oh, okay, here we go. All right.
Love it. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, who am I missing here on who's presented here? Let me see. Oh, Sam. Sam, are you ready to rumble?
Yes. Now that I've found the unmute button.
Thank you so much, Tina. Here, let me pin you before you go get going here. If I'm coordinated enough here.
You can also, because I live on Zoom for the day job, if you click the view button in the top corner, folks, and then it gives you the option of speaker versus gallery, it'll spotlight whoever is speaking for you, and everyone's been really good about being on mute, so that could work too.
Oh, okay. Well then, if you want to assign
Less work for you, that's all.
It is less work for me. I appreciate you. You can tell this is yeah. An event.
Zoom is a beast.
It is. All right. Floor's yours, Sam.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for having me. I've also been with Crafter since the jump, practically, I think. The beginning, yeah, true. So it's so nice to see everyone and to see what everyone's working on. I've been like goblin lurking in the background of everyone's profiles, like seeing what everyone comes up with, and I really, I'm blown away by everyone's talent. So I'm really excited to speak to you guys today. So I'm an embroidery artist. My background is in theater and advertising. I started watching The Curious Creations of Christine McConnell when it first came out, got obsessed, and was like, I would also like to be like a hot queen of the night who does crafts. So like we're working on some of that, but we do crafts. So the crafts that I work on, the embroideries that I work on, it really runs the gamut, right? I love nerdy stuff, love Disney, love anything to do with nature. The thing that people seem to be gravitating towards are portraiture. So I have a couple of finished things that I can show you guys, and then a couple of works in progress. So this is, I'm just gonna see if, I tried to like fix my ring light, so sorry if there's a glare, but so this one's a weird one for me. I did a lot of new techniques, but this was for a fundraiser for folks in the Ukraine. I know we all kind of feel really powerless right now, but if you search the Makers for Ukraine hashtag on Instagram, so cool, so inspiring to see what people are doing. I held a raffle for this little bad boy, and it's, there we go, that's a little bit better, but it's obviously some thread and then a marbled blue fabric with some watercolor paint to do some shimmery, and then some 3D clouds. And then new for me is that it's not in an embroidery hoop, it's just wrapped all the way around, which is super cool.
You also need to tell people how much you raised. That needs to be bragged about because that was amazing.
Thank you.
Seriously.
I appreciate it. No, it was $4,500 and some change, which was really intense and absolutely went beyond my expectations. So I was just blown away by the response. It was super cool. I'm really depressed to see it go though. I was very tempted to put a pseudonym in there and be like, oh my gosh, like Branch Evans, congratulations. And then it was gonna be me, but that felt bad. So the other thing, this is an older one, but it's Ripley from Alien with an alien tail swooping around and some smoke coming out of her gun. My fiance adores Alien, so that's why that one happened. This one is a pin holder. I'm not a huge collector, but there's a couple of folks who make pins that make me so happy. And I wanted to start doing this. I did a couple for her. And then this one's Hercules and Megara, and it glow in the dark paint, some silk chiffon in there, and some sparkles. I really like sparkles. So I'm a monster. So the other things that are being worked on right now, actually the two ones I was going to show are through Crafter, which makes me really happy. Someone asked for 10 Christmas ornaments to be delivered by mid-April, which was hilarious to get. I'm a big Halloween person, so it's.
Oh no, Sam, you froze.
Christmas in March.
There we go.
But it is so pretty turning out.
Oh no. Can anyone else hear Sam, or is it just me? No.
And someone wrote it for a 1-year-old, and it's super pretty. But they picked the font, and the design here is going to get stitched in. Really crazy to do those tiny letters, but it's been really fun. And then another fun whip that I like to show, mostly to hold myself accountable, is this huge one. there was a challenge going around on Instagram called Toon Me Luca. And essentially, you guys remember that app where you made yourself like a cartoon character face and it was like actually pretty good. And you're like, wow, crap, that's what that is. There was a challenge to do half your face in that style and then half your face as like a little sea monster. And I want to finish it real bad. So it's mostly accountability. So now there's a group of however many people are here that are like, remember that one time she talked about that? Maybe she'll finish it. And I have the same question.
So I'm going to bother you later is what you're saying and say, wait a minute, have you worked on that? And you're going to be like, listen, I have jobs through Crafter. I'm trying to finish.
That's the thing, is like the sweet babies that aren't bringing in that nice crafter money are going to sit there for a while. But so that's a lot about what I've done. A lot of the stuff, I think someone was saying it is like out the door. So that's a couple of personal pieces, but you can always check out my profile if you want to see more. Patricia, you are muted in case.
No, I'm trying to I'm talking to myself, yelling, where's my mouse? I need to unmute myself.
The struggle is very real.
Don't mind me. Let me make sure I added your link in.
Oh, did I freeze? I'm so sorry. I just saw the chat.
Yeah, you froze for like a second when you showed the Christmas one, and but then you pop back on when you showed the story. So we saw, or the poem. So you jumped in right back when you jumped right back in. So all is right with the world. I think that is everybody. If anyone has been missed, holler, unmute yourself, yell at me, say, not, don't forget about me.
We made it out the ditch.
Who made it out of the, what, who? I'm trying to see who's unmuted. I'm gonna open the floor to, oh, there you are, you are. Here, do you want to, okay, so now I'm going to open the floor for people who are non-crafter members. So I guess, are you offering to go first this year? Hold on, let me
can you hear us okay?
Yes, let me move some stuff around here. Hold on, let me
apologies, we made it out.
No, it's all good. So I met both of you. I think it was Support Creators Week right before I launched Crafter, if I remember right. And you did one of our giveaways for Brittany, where you did a mask from Dragon Age. I think I'm hopefully remembering all this right. Mm-hmm. And so these two make. Actually, does your wife do the cosplays with you or no?
She helps me. She helps me envision things, and she has a whole spectrum of colors, and she's like, that looks goofy, fix that.
That's good.
And she's a visual artist, and she does multiple things, mixed media, all kinds of things.
Awesome. So you do zero waste cosplay, which I love. So can you tell people more about yourself and what you guys both do?
For sure. We are the Traveling Yalus. My name is Nasir Yalu. This is my wife, Tatiana Yalu. We are an artist couple, and we're currently in Baja, Mexico. It's San Felipe. We got stuck in a ditch, but we're here. So since we've been here, we've been looking at different materials. Currently, there's like a drought going on, so there's a lot of saguaro cactus waste going around different woods. So for me, I've been trying to work on different types of recreation weapons and things like that out of saguaro cactus. Yeah, if you don't mind my wife. There's that. It's like a paddle guy.
This is the middle of the cactus. I don't know if anyone else knew that this is what a cactus looked like, but I did not.
I had no idea cactus were wood trees. I thought they were giant squishy things, but they're giant, enormous, like that tall, ridiculous. So they're wood, and you're able to combine different things. So there's a lot of femurs and different items out here. So just recreating different things that I've seen throughout video game lore, like hammers, swords, and things. And also just gotten to watching Naruto, so made a little thing out of that. Just finding things and building things, and also the hat too. That's a piece of a it was like a bus or a truck, I think someone used to stay. I do not recall, but they let us use it. And also, my wife creates multiple things. She's also wearing something real quick right there. That's something so beautiful. Her shark attire. She's always making something cute.
Our dogs, we love our dogs, and we draw out our adventures with them, but as them.
So yeah, like our adventures as we keep going through life and try to figure out a way to deal with things. Life gives you a lot of different obstacles. Prime example, we were stuck in a ditch for 6 days and just trying to figure out what to do. And with us, we pray to our Christian God, and he was just like, be persistent. And then some guy named Bob came down, and Bob brought us some hamburgers and made us a little patty for our little dog and brought some water. And then another guy who owned the property named Art, he needs a little help working with projects. He was like, oh, it's fine, just hang out. And so now they're like, hey, come back tonight. So just through persistence and prayer and working together as a team, as a married couple, we're able to find things. So we're kind of documenting our journeys as these two, which are our two puppies. One is this is my wife's art. I am not this great, okay? Like, this is some amazing stuff out here. This is her watercolor.
This is one of the dogs. That's Paco. He's just little leaning up against Sully.
So there's, in the backstory, Sully is like a Saint Bernard mix. He's kind of a big kind of blue, 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 blue kind of guy, likes water. Like one day, literally, we had a camp and he was just gone. And then
just snuck off. Houdini.
And then we heard this sound that sounded like, I don't know, like a goose from a few miles away.
I could have sworn it was a goose, but he thought, let's go check just in case it's Sully. We walk out a mile or so to
like an aqueduct, and he had jumped into the aqueduct and was just kind of like floating there crying like, oh, and it took about a few hours to get him out the aqueduct and pull him, but we carried him back to camp.
He got inside of the aqueduct. He got him on his back and just carried him.
So I know that this year does the cosplay weapons and outfits, and then you do illustration. Am I right?
Yes, and I just do just multimedia art. I like doing commission work when I have that. Just visual arts.
Yeah, she just knocked out like a 3x3 huge commission cosplay. It's on her page for a guy in Columbus
of
Medusa, yeah. And she changed the story a little bit to kind of explain like her looking back on her past and different things. It's pretty cool. And then here's another one of her watercolors. So again, Sully is the big guy, and we were like, we gotta imagine what they are. And I was like, she was like, he's a strawberry, and Paco's this little. We found him on our honeymoon in Huautla, Mexico. He's I call him a half dingo baby. So he's like this little blueberry guy, and Sully's this giant. I say he's a cup. So she knocks up, man. I cannot paint for nothing, but this is watercolor, and she's just throwing them out. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm mad at you.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so good when you can just knock stuff out in your brain and be like, here it is, it's in the world now.
Yeah, we're hoping to get a little comic book or something out.
That'd be awesome.
People like that kind of stuff, so it's really beautiful to be able to work together.
You need to tag me in that if you do. Tag me, be like, remember that one time we talked about this? Here it is. It's in the world now.
We will. We'll send it. Hey, if we can get it done while we're down here, we'll send you a copy. You just let us know what you think about it.
Awesome. So now we have a couple questions in the comments here. Did you answer what kind of dog you have? Did you answer that?
Yeah.
So Sully's the Saint Bernard mix. That's the big one. The little one
is, I don't know. He's a perro de calle. They call him in Mexico. He's just a street dog. He walked. We met him. He has 3 paws, and the other dogs were trying to eat him the whole time we were there. No. So we kind of. One day we were walking, and then this giant husky just came out the bush and kept trying to eat him for like 2 to 3 different days while we were walking. So I'm like, I'm not having that.
You live with us now. Yep.
Yeah.
And then Sam was asking, what kind of commissions do you both like to take when you do get a commission offer?
You want to?
I think we're kind of mostly open. I mean, we love so many different kinds of things and pushing ourselves and just challenges. Yeah. We like to work together on things, but in general, I would mostly take paintings or drawings, and he would take cosplay.
And like the more original, let's say, if you're like, man, I really wish I could be a doghouse transformer, bro. Like, let's do that. You know, the more.
So wait, is that like a mashup kind of cosplay? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I just see a doghouse right there. I'm like, man, that'd be cool if instead of Optimus Prime, he was like Dogamus Houses or something, and you were just a doghouse.
Oh my gosh, where is Bruce? I'm gonna have Bruce talk next because he has a whole mashup of all his cosplay. He's here too, so I'll have to bug him in a minute.
I saw Bruce's room. I saw that. I definitely saw. I was like, I'm about to. I see you.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the more originally interesting and intricate. If you can
Just
So-
outside the box.
Something that tells a story, you know, like that's the kind of music I like to sing and play too. Like if it tells a story, it's outside the box for sure.
And that's what Sam asked too, is if you like story-based commissions or if there's something else
Yeah.
that you're more interested in. That's awesome.
Yeah, I really love doing OCs as well, original characters. Like if somebody has an idea and a list of likes and all that, I can get that down.
That's
and
awesome.
I really enjoy that.
Yeah. She gets it
Well, if you guys are able to put your contact information in the chat, and that way anybody that wants to follow you or look you guys up, make sure that it's on there for me, and then that way the people have it.
Sure, for sure.
Awesome.
Don't
Thank
do that
you
now.
both so much for coming. I appreciate both of you.
We got it. Thank you for inviting us out here.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Let me see here. Hey Bruce, did you want to talk a little bit more about what you do? Are you still around? Let me see, because that just led right into you.
Yeah, I want to see his room.
Let me see if I can pin you. There you go. Let me do this. Oh, let me see if I can unmute you here, if I can figure out my life. Oh no, not you. Hold on. Here we go. Are you unmuted, Bruce? Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on. He is unmuted. I don't know why I can't hear him. Can everyone else hear Bruce and it's just me?
Nope.
Hmm.
Bruce, maybe check your sound settings and make sure that the audio is coming into the place that you're actually talking into.
I can see you. I just can't hear you. See, the live worked perfect, and now technology just has to be.
Computers though, not the phones. The phones are fine.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I all this stuff, it's always a process. I logged on before and I have a green screen set up so I could do this and like my, all the things. And it takes time, to set all that up, make sure it works. And I'm like, just work. I have so many people coming tonight. Oh. Thank you for putting your information in there for me, Nasir. I appreciate it. So if you guys want to follow Nasir, he just put his Instagram link on there. Did you guys make a new Instagram as a couple? Is that what the? Because I don't even know if oh no, that looks like it's Tatiana's.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
hers, and then I'm gonna drop mine, and we're slowly working on a combo.
Gotcha.
We're getting
That would make
technology
sense for you guys. That would make sense for you both to have a combo one. Oh, Bruce, we think things are happening. Can you try to talk again? No.
His little box came on because I have the speakers pinned and I was like, oh my God.
No, it's okay. While he's working on the sound, if you see behind him, I had a fantastic interview with Bruce earlier this week. So if you didn't have an opportunity to watch that, please do, because some of the stuff he makes is fantastic. Well, what you could see behind him, there's what was it, a lurker? Is that, I think that was the name of one of them. Am I doing it wrong? Am I saying the name wrong? Shake yes or no. So he has one of this lurker, and it literally has a tail on the back that moves. It's like an articulated tail. It's amazing. And then he has another one that is a samurai Wonder Woman mashup, which is what made me think of Nasir and Tatiana, because they like mashups with different characters and creative ideas, and Bruce does as well. So I'm like, perfect, Anyway, Bruce, are you trying to switch? Let me see. If you can, I can't hear you, so I'm trying to see if you. Oh. All right, while he's doing that, I also wanted to add all the different contacts for, well, most of you guys have all this, but I'm going to put it in the chat anyway. Is there anybody else that have questions for any of our other artists that came? I know there's a lot of people that are hanging out, lurking in the chat. Oh no, did he leave? Now we see Sam. I'll pin myself. Here we go. I'll pin me. He might be logging off and logging back in to see if he can get it to work. Awesome. I really want you guys to meet Bruce because he's awesome.
That live was really, really great.
I
honestly.
enjoyed every minute of that, and
Bruce.
lives don't usually go that long. Here he's adding back in. Here we go. Ding dong. Here we go. All right. Let's see, remove pen. I can't hear you, Bruce. No.
Bruce, can you hold up your favorite samurai helmet? I'm literally dying to see one. Thank you.
We're gonna put you to work even though we can't hear you.
Well, they're so beautiful. I just wanted to be able to show them off. It's so cool.
So that one's made out of leather or no? Yes. Okay. Awesome. I love that. Yeah, he makes a bunch of different samurai helmets, which is amazing. He's done costume creation for what, since you were 14 years old, you said, from our live. He's met a bunch of different celebrities and a bunch of different awesome, conventions and stuff that I want him to tell us about. Oh. Trying to think of a solution. And Sam, you're the person to talk to. Any advice?
There's, I mean, honestly, just playing around with your settings button, Bruce, and like literally, because I know my computer has like 4 different audio inputs, just clicking around to see which one works. I know, I'm sure you've been doing that.
Let me see. It wouldn't be Zoom being annoying, would it? If he did his Zoom settings?
It could be Zoom or it could be the computer.
Gotcha.
Brittany said, this is all going to be recorded so we can watch this later, right? I think it is, right?
Yes, Brittany. I've been recording since I first started. Yes, I'll be clipping this and adding it to my YouTube and to Instagram and all the things to try to share, spread the word and have more content. Nasir, I know Bruce he does a lot of classes and teaching and he travels. Nasir, remind me where because he's saying that he wants to work with Bruce. Remind me where you live. And I know he goes to different conventions around all over doing classes. So you'll have to let me know where you are because I don't remember.
We're currently, we have a farmstead in Baja, Mexico now.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Working
realize
with bees and whatnot, yeah. We were at an artist community in Ohio, and we're traveling to find different locations to start things like a Casa de Perro for dogs and farming and just different things. So we're currently in Mexico.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, well, if you're ever back here going to a convention, I don't know if Bruce goes all the way to Mexico or not.
We're gonna bring Bruce out here. We got sand and palm trees. Those are your materials. We got 2 days.
You'd have to make a whole cosplay out of cactuses. All right.
I'm working on it. It's gonna pop up. I don't know. I might get stabbed a few times. Those are sharp and they're huge. They're huge, man. Telephone pole size.
See you later, Tina. Tina had to duck out. Any luck, Bruce? Well, that just means we have to do another one of these, all right, with more people. Make up for it for Bruce. All right.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, I can. I can hear you. Oh, Tina just missed it. She should have stayed. Oh.
Okay,
all right.
are we good now?
Yes, I can hear you. Absolutely. All right, let me mute myself and you can talk.
Okay. Anyway, my name's Bruce Holt. I have Fortune Funk Cosplay. Like was said, I've been building actually costumes since I was 14 years old. So a couple days. And right now, I'm not actually doing any commissions anymore. I do classes when I can. I'm frequent at Comic-Cons. I'll be in Kansas City in April. I'll also be in Oklahoma City in April. And in May, I'll be in Fort Smith, Arkansas at conventions. And I also, one of my big things that I'm doing now is I'm the creative costume director for what's called the Pigmentation Foundation. And it's a nonprofit organization that works with disabled kids. And the long story short, what we do is we take a disabled kid that is chosen. We build them a costume and make a 5-minute movie of a superhero. And I'm actually working on one right now. And let me see if you guys can see that costume there. That is the one we're working on right now for a young man that he's 11 years old and was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And he actually went into the children's hospital with into a diabetic coma. And now his whole life has changed. He didn't know that he was, he didn't even know that he was diabetic. And then next thing you know, there's no more sports or anything. But he actually, this costume is out of his head. He came up with this superhero and everything. And if you, let me turn this back this way so you guys can see. He created the logo here in the center, and what he wanted to be is like a radioactive scorpion. So I have a lot of fun with that. And also I do enjoy building samurai helmets. You guys just saw one of my samurai helmets. I have several. I don't know how well you guys can see them on that top shelf back there. One of the things I had to do was I switched my cameras. I think that was the problem because I had it on my Ultra 4K camera, which uses my Snowball, and I had to switch back to my computer. So my Ultra 4 camera picks up the stuff in the background a lot better. And the big guy in the background is the luck ruff that she was talking about. So anyway, that's who I am. If you guys have any questions, I'm here.
Yeah, I picked his brain the other day. I literally, we talked for a while. Sam would like to know what your favorite build has been that you've made.
My favorite build that I ever did was back in 2017. I was challenged to build a costume that would compete at a Comic-Con because I was over the years I've been in all kinds of conventions, Star Trek conventions, comic conventions, all that other kind of stuff. And I was challenged because they said you can win these little cons, but can you win at Planet Comic-Con? And so I created one that was called Morphoses, which was a combination of several different characters from Warcraft. And it had voice, it had sound, we had special effects, everything on stage. And I believe the helmet to it, hold on. This is the helmet to it. And back then, I was actually using, and I don't know how well you can see it, but this is made out of floor mats. Back when we was actually going to Lowe's and grabbing the floor mats, because that's where you got your EVA foam from. So, and now I have sheet stock EVA foam. I don't have to do this anymore. But I did win at the Comic-Con. I didn't win best of show, but I did win first in my class.
So I know you do, you have a bunch of the mash. Oh, you have to show them Ant-Man. Can you please show them Ant-Man? That just made my heart so happy in our last interview.
This is my miniature Ant-Man, okay? And I'm gonna put the question out there. Of course, you guys can see it. It's colored a little different than Ant-Man. can any of you guys figure out what the mashup is? And I'm sorry about the light behind me.
Yeah, I was gonna say turn them to the side because that was the giveaway for me for the paint because I was like, I don't know, and then I was like, oh, and then I felt like a.
Okay, let me see. Maybe that will do it.
That's what did it for me was that yellow stripe.
Anybody know what this mashup is? Okay, everybody knows it's Ant-Man, right?
Well, I gave that away.
She did give that away. But it's my Ant-Man that's a Star Wars crossover. So this is my Ant-Mandalorian.
Ant-Mandalorian. That makes me so happy. I just love that.
I do like doing mashups. Anytime I can do a mashup. Can you guys, I'm not sure how well you can see, but back there, there's a Wonder Woman, and that is my Samurai Wonder Woman costume. That, not for me, but I've built several for some models, several different Wonder Woman, and I built this one as the Samurai Wonder Woman, and it is all out of leather, the whole thing. Let me. And that's the helmet for the Wonder Woman.
That's seriously cool.
But yeah, I enjoyed doing this, and I've had, of course, I've had some health problems, so that's what's got me into where now I just build what I want, do what I want. I can't really. I have a problem concentrating on the big task. Of course, like the foundation, I'm the director. All the costuming does go through me. I have as much hands-on as I can. But with my eyesight the way it is, any sewing or serious costuming, building high detailed stuff, I'm leaving that to, I've got several creators that help me out with that and volunteer their time.
Now, Bruce, I went ahead and added your Instagram on the chat here in case anyone wants to give you a follow, which they absolutely should, then they can do so. And then is there anywhere else that they can reach you, or do you want me to add in the chat?
If you will do the pigmentation.org.
Yes, I did that already a little bit earlier, but I'll share it again just in case, because there's been a lot of comments. Does anyone, while I look for that, does anyone else have any questions for Bruce before? Not select all. Hold on, I'll put it in the chat one more time. Anyone else have any more questions? If you can put that in chat while I look up the Pigmentation Foundation link in there.
Should be under just pigmentation.org.
Oh, that'll work. I found it. All right, here we go. I'll add that one more time. And that's the children's organization that he helps make costumes with. If you're just joining us a little bit late, he showed the costume a little bit earlier that he's working on for a child right now. So that's a great organization. All right, well, I will be sharing this recording with everyone that wasn't able to make it out tonight, but I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that came out. We have a mix of people that have been customers and people that are members of Crafter and people that are just part of the art community that we love and have interviewed or talked to throughout this whole experience. So I just wanted to say a huge thank you. Bruce, was there anything else you wanted to add before we go?
No, I really enjoyed it, and sorry about the trouble I had earlier. Maybe next time it'll be a little more straightened out. But
no, it's all good. Trust me, I am the first person to have computer issues, so don't worry about that at all.
But thank you very much for having me on. I enjoyed listening to everybody's stories and what they make. I did come in a little bit late on this because I was actually traveling, and I went, I've got to get home. So
I appreciate you. A lot of people, Diane too, I think a few of you were traveling today and you still made it out, which really does mean a lot to me. So I do very much appreciate how it can be so busy, with life in general. So, so I do appreciate you very much. All right, well, that's a wrap, guys. I put everyone's links in the chat. If there's been a lot going on, I know there's a way to save the entire chat. If you click on, I think it's that little piece of paper near the chat button, you can say save the chat, or of course, just message me. I'm at crafter.com, send me an email, all that good stuff. Let me just add that really quickly one more time in the description. You can always reach out to me. And if there's somebody either on Crafter or off that you were like, hey, you talk to this person, I want to be their friend. Absolutely. I'm here for you to connect you with whoever you're looking for. Because that's my job. That's my awesome job that I have now. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. And let me add this in there. My link joy is pretty much all my links to me. And my Calendly is if you ever want to do an interview with me again live on Instagram, I'm open to do that anytime. It's fun. I love talking all of your ears off and learning more about you guys. Because every time I talk to people, I learn more about them. I'm like, oh, they were just holding that ace in the I didn't even know. So thank you all so much. I appreciate you. And I hope you have a fantastic night.
Thanks for putting this together. You're the best.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Good night, everybody.
Now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.